Hey, I'm Beth Riley, and this is the Artist Spotlight podcast series. I do not have James with me today, but I do have Abbey from the Australian folk rock band Little Quirks. Abbey, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Time difference and everything.
Good. I'm glad.
Tell me about the band Little Quirks. I know it's a family band, but tell me about the members of the band and how you all are related.
Yeah, so we are a family band. We're a folk rock band. We're from Australia. And I play with my little sister, Mia, who's the drummer, and my two cousins, Alex and Jamie, who are the bass player and mandolin/singer. So we're a big family affair.
Now, Alex, your cousin, he just came in like 2019, right?
Yes, he came in a bit later. We started off in about 2013 busking, just the three girls.
Right.
So we've been, doing it a long time now. But yeah, as we started playing bigger shows, we wanted a bass player. So he put his hand up and it's been great.
Whose idea was it to form the band?
It was mainly our parents. We've grown up in a very musical family and household. Like my grandparents are musical, my aunties and uncles. Christmas is a bit of an extravaganza in our house with Christmas carols.
Right.
But we've always put a big focus on music and we're very in love with it. And I started out busking when I was about 9. And then a couple years later, Jamie joined me busking. And then about a year after that, then Mia did. And then that's how the group was formed.
Who are some of your influences?
I'd say as the band, probably our biggest influence is Mumford and Sons.
Okay.
We love Mumford. We love the Lumineers. We love First Aid Kit. They're all major influences in our music. Individually, we grew up listening to a lot of rock because our parents were in a rock band all their life. So we had a lot of Led Zeppelin, Beatles, Queen, Janis Joplin, which have been all very prominent influences in my life and in my writing.
A band I didn't hear you mention, and that's okay because I'm going to bring them up anyway.
Yeah.
You all did a cover of A Different Drum, which was written by Mike Nesmith of the Monkees. Are you guys fans of the Monkees?
Absolutely, yeah. Another great band. Yeah, we grew up listening to all this music and that's such an awesome song and we love doing little spin-offs on very well-known songs. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun to do.
Now, is that song ever going to be released? Because to my knowledge, it's not out yet, correct?
No. We don't tend to release covers anymore, but they're a lot of fun to do and we love doing it for social media because it's a lot of fun doing covers on amazing songs. But yeah, it won't be released on an EP or anything.
Okay, but you guys did record it in the studio?
Yes, it's all recorded in the studio. We're very lucky. My dad's he's a sound engineer, so we have a recording studio in our backyard, so it's very easy for us to do that.
Now, I have an idea I want to run by you, and it's mainly from my husband. It's not going to be released, but would you be willing to, or do you think it would step on anybody's toes? Could we get a copy of that? And
of course you can, yeah.
And maybe he could do an exclusive premiere on his show if you're not.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. If you're not planning on releasing it elsewhere, then yeah, I'm sure he'd love to do that.
Oh, awesome, of course.
Okay, cool. Other than the Monkees, tell me about some of the other covers that you have done as a band, and which one do you think your favorite is?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think we did an ABBA one not too long ago, and we love ABBA. We grew up listening to a lot of ABBA. We had a little game when we were little, SingStar. It's like a karaoke machine, and we had that in our house, and it was only ABBA songs. So that was really fun to do an ABBA song. So that's amazing. We've done some songs by Aurora, who's just going so well at the moment. And a big one is the Cranberries. That's another one I missed. We love the Cranberries.
And you guys did Dreams by them?
Yes, we've done Dreams. We've done Zombie many times.
Yeah.
Love the Cranberries. Probably one of my favorite bands.
Okay. Now, one of the questions we typically like to ask on here is if you had a time machine and could go back to any decade or any year or a specific era, what time period would you pick or what year would you want to go back to?
Oh, good question. I'd say probably the 70s. I love the fashion of the 70s. I love 70s music. I think that I try and step back into that era now.
Yeah.
So I definitely say the 70s.
How many albums or EPs do you have out there currently as Little Quirks?
I think we have maybe 4 EPs now, with one to come in just a couple months. And then shortly after will be our very first album.
Well, that'll be something to look forward to.
Oh, absolutely. We're so excited.
Okay, and here's our other fun question that we absolutely have to ask in every interview that we ever do, and that is the famous desert island question. If you had to pick 3 to 5 albums to take with you to a desert island, which 3 to 5 albums would you pick?
Oh, that's so tough.
This
That's
is
like
just
picking between children.
I know, right?
I know that the classic, I'd have to say Abbey Road.
Yeah.
That first comes to my head. Probably Queen, A Night at the Opera. That was a great album. And maybe Babel by Mumford & Sons would be up there. So I think that they'd be my 3 I'd pick. But I couldn't pick more because I'm just picking between children. It's too hard.
Now, do you have favorite songs from those albums? Taking it
Yes,
one step further.
Oh, I know you get me. I'll say a couple of songs like that are my favorite of all time. I'd say that I love Yesterday by the Beatles. I think it's just classic and it's so beautifully written. And I'd say Somebody to Love by Queen that's my go-to karaoke song if I'm going for that. But oh no, now I'm missing another one that's probably my favorite, which is not in one of the albums, but one of my favorites is Me and Bobby McGee by Janis Joplin. I sing it before every gig. It's my warm-up song.
For Little Quirks, what's next for you guys? I know you just released The Rain and a few months ago, and that is a great, great song. And
thank you so much.
I know you said you're working on an album later on, EP coming out later on too. So
there's heaps coming up. We've got a single coming out in about a month, and that is called Maybell. So that's all secret business. And another single coming out shortly after with the EP. So we're really, really proud of this EP. So I can't wait to get it out. And we've already started recording for the album and loving it. It's probably, I'd say, our best yet. So I'm super excited to release that. And just a lot of shows to come. We're doing a lot of songwriting at the moment to get ready for the album, but we've got a lot of shows coming out later on in the year, September onwards, and we should be back to the US early next year.
Any shows in like Joplin, Missouri, anywhere in Missouri?
I sure hope so. I have no idea so far, but I really hope so. We'd love to venture around a bit more. We went for the first time just a couple months ago and we were just in love with it. They were just the best crowds to play for. So we're definitely excited to come back. Something
I did want to mention, because you had mentioned songwriting and all that, the songwriters of the band, that would be you and your cousin Jamie, correct?
Yes, that's it.
And who would you say writes more between the two of y'all?
I probably write more. I'm quite quick. So we both have a bit of a different system. She usually spends a lot of time on it and she changes up, like she'll write it and then change up lyrics and then go back to it. And she works on the one for a longer time. I kind of pump them out a bit faster. I usually only spend about half an hour to an hour on it, and then I go the next day and I have another go. So I definitely have more quantity, but we both very much love songwriting, and she's so amazing.
And tell me how the members of the band, Jamie's the oldest, correct? Or is Alex?
Alex is the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Mia's she's the youngest, correct?
She's the youngest. So she's 18 and I'm in the middle. I'm 21.
Legal.
Yes, I am. I'm legal age in America. But see, 18's the legal age in Australia.
Yeah, well, technically, I guess it is here too, but they say you can't drink until you're 21 in America, but...
We're not a drinking band. We're more of an ice cream band. That's what we do after the shows.
Well, that's fun. That's even more fun than drinking. We don't drink either.
Agree.
So.
I think so too.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, I probably would say... Do you guys have Hokey Pokey?
We don't.
See, that's probably my go-to flavor.
Okay, now you have to describe what Hokey Pokey is.
It's kind of like a honeycomb. I'd say that that's probably the best that it's going to get, but kind of like a vanilla bean with honeycomb bits in it. It's very, very nice.
Okay.
You got to get onto it.
Yeah. the very next time, which will be the first time, I'm in Australia.
Yeah. That's what you got to do first, straight up. That's the most important thing to do here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so where can people go to find out more about Little Quirks? Do you guys have social media, website, all that fun stuff?
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, all of the above. We're just under Little Quirks Band, and we update heaps on these platforms, so you'll definitely be in the loop.
Okay, awesome. Well, Abby, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me, and best of luck to you and Little Quirks.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.